Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report, and starting with the ASX200 here. Now I want to go through three different counts, okay? And we won't know which one these counts are until early next week, but we need to put them on the table, we need to eliminate them one by one. So the first one is that wave 4 is complete here, and we're looking to move up in terms of 1 and 2 and wave 3, and this being wave 4 back here, and then moving straight up here for wave 5. I don't think that's the case. The other scenario is that, and if that is the case, then we'll know by having support on 6,100, because it will be above the 61.8% mark. Now, the next scenario is that wave 3 is here, we have wave A here, wave B here, and then wave C down through here, and this would count as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and wave 3, 4 and 5. The other scenario is that if I grab this low here, this is what we're working through in the European markets as well here, so I'll just bear with me a second. So this is the 50-60% retracement level area here, just remove that. The other count here is having wave 1 up here and wave 2 sitting here, and having this as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here. So if I move to the an intraday chart here, we can look at that a little bit differently here. So in this case here, we've either got wave B here with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and the other count, as I just mentioned, is having wave 1 here, wave 2 sitting here, having this as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave down into this space here. So we need to focus in, so they're the three counts, and we need to focus in on this here, this little area here to start with. So I'll just save that there. So we've got two short trades basically and two long trades. Two short trades, one long trade. So let's just move into an hourly chart here, because we just really want to focus in on that little space within here. So we can have wave 4 here, as I've mentioned. We can have this up here. This is what we're going through with the European markets, having wave 1 here, and so on. So we can have this as wave 1 or an A wave, wave 2 or a B wave, and we'll end up having this over here as wave 2, and we need, copy that, wave C here. So this, it basically all depends on this particular pattern here. So this is where we need to be. So what we could do, just to sort of highlight things a little bit, this line through here, let's just make it daisy, don't need to make it that thick, that's fine, just like that. So this top here, this trend line through here is quite interesting, where it's taken this top out through here, but it's also the 61.8% mark here, our target, the 72 number here, the 6,072. The structure up here, I don't think it's complete yet, okay? So what we're looking for here, as wave C or 2 or wave B here, either 2 or B, would be an A wave, then an A and a B and a C for the B wave here, and then 5 waves up here. So currently within this, I was treating this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 and back for wave 2, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in here for wave 3, back for wave 4 here, and then we have wave 5 moving up here, preferably making a new high above here. Yeah, so there's no extension in the third wave here really relative to this wave here, so these two are about the same here. So look, it could push up to the 6,100, we would only turn long on our bullish count if we have this as support, and support will take a while because we'll end up having the arrival, the reaction here, getting support on these old highs here, then the push up here through 1, 2 and 3 here will slow it down, and then we'll see a correction come into play here before pushing up, and then we would look to go long once we've created this pattern through here, or something like this pattern, a variation of this pattern. So our long trade, 6,100 as support. So that's pretty simple, isn't it? So this little move up through here, we're looking at this will be in 5 waves moving up here. So if you're trading long, then once these 5 waves are done, that's where we need to finish off here and take a look at this here. So so we have these 2 counts of being bearish, this one here and this one here, and if that's going to be the case, then we'll see this market work lower. So the length of the A wave here will be roughly the same length as the B wave here, and we'll be looking down to that 61.8% mark. So quite a way down through here, so it's significant. So we need to get clear on that. So there will be a correction from here anyway, so if you can figure out the 5 waves through to here, then you can look to sell at this particular point here as such. So yeah, let's just see how this finishes off. And also we would need evidence of a move down. So a move down, we would need to see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we'll have an A and a B and a C wave back up and then down. So we'll be able to refine our moves here, especially if we get the 5 waves here, then we'll know that we're going to get that counter trend, and we can move down from that point there. So yeah, the intraday is not, the tick chart's not going to tell us a lot more. So I was looking from the B wave, here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 1 and back for 2, then 1 and 2 and 3, and all this is 4 and 5 into here. So this it does appear that we're getting a little impulse wave off the low here. So this waveform may get a bit more complicated in terms of an A wave, a B wave and a C wave back down before moving up here. So really what you're looking for on the Fridays, you're looking for strength. If I've made a mistake in here, I don't see where though, but if I have here, then if the 6,200 here, if we turn bearish, the 6,020 here, which is the number, which is what I call the pivot within group 1, which is 10, 20 and 30. So this as a retested resistance here kind of locks the market into this number here. Okay, a spike down through here doesn't do it, but locking under here does do it, and then it will become part of this number. So you can take a small short trade at that point, and we can look to build in under the 6,000 area here. The other markets around the place, the Nifty is the same as well. We can look at this as wave 1 up through to here, or wave B up through to here. So we're either going to have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4 and 5 for the C wave here, or we'll have down for the A wave, back for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here, and then the bullish market from this point. Okay, so with this in here, let's just take a quick look in here on the 4-hour chart here. So from the top here, we can look at this as 5 waves being down here, much the same as the Australian market in terms of an A wave, an A and a B and a C for the B wave, and then 5 waves looking up here. I can see we got 1 and 2 in here, and I'm just assuming this is all the 3rd wave here, 4th wave here, and then a 5th wave here. Once again, if I'm wrong about all of this, then we'll look for support on the 800 area here, and for that to have support, we'll look for the arrival, the reaction, which we're getting now. We'll get the first high above the level here, and then we'll get a correction here. So then we'll look for that high there to be long on, or this high here. But I'm expecting this to move up here for the first high, and then continue to the downside. But Once we've got that reference high in here, then we can use that to go long. So we're not going to get it wrong. We just need to get our timing right with all of this here. So let's see this play out here. The Nikkei is a little bit different just on the 4-hour chart here. The move down through here from the top here counts down as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for an A wave and a B wave and a C wave. So really it kind of puts what it does in a way. If I can just borrow one of these here, if I copy that. Because it's a corrective move to the downside, then it will have the bias of having an A wave here. In this case, we're looking for an A and a B and then 5 waves up here for the C, which can already be finished in this particular case, because I can see we've got wave 1 and 2 in here and 3 and 4 in here. I just don't know if we've got 1 and 2 in here, 3 and 4 in here and 5 here. So we may already be finished here, but we would want the other markets all in line too to see this go here. This could also be bullish as well and continue to move up here. We've moved past the 61.8% mark, and the other point is that the move down through here is corrective. So it's fine for this market to make a new high here as well. What we can do here is, if you're long here, then we need to put that in there as the stop now, just to protect that. So otherwise take profit, of course. I'll just put the little P there, just take profit on the 23 or just before it there for that. Just save that. Now, the Chinese market, we're also looking at this being possibly bullish as well. So as I mentioned before, that I've got the A wave here, the B wave here, then 1 and 2 and 3, nice long third wave, A, B, C for the 4th, and down for the 5th. Now the 5th wave is quite short here, but that's okay because the extension's in the 3rd wave, so wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same. The question that I've always had here with this scenario is that will this this move down here just be wave 1 in 5 waves and an A and a B and a C here, and then come down for wave 3, 4 and 5 here in this instance here, or do we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here, and then an A and a B and a C back to here, and then up from there. So on the 4-hour chart here, I think we're taking a look at it here. So these are the 5 waves down through here, quite easy to follow. Then wave 1 and wave 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3, probably, yeah, 3, 4 and 5 here. So all of the 3rd wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here. So this also has got one more move to the upside here, but then what that does here is that gives a very clear 5-wave structure to the upside, and then we'll look for an A and a B and a C here, and then up from that point. So excuse me. So this has got a bit of a bullish pattern to it, but we don't want to turn bullish until we get our 5 waves up here and we get an ABC correction, and then we can look at that. So I still want to get our timing right. I need the wave structure to fall into place first. The other thing supporting this moving up here is its neighbor here, the Hang Seng. So in this case here, we can also view this as an A wave down here, B wave over here, and 5 waves for the C wave here. And we can see that we've moved past the 61.8% mark here for this, and this move up here is really running like a bull market, an impulse wave here. So on the 4-hour chart here, I think we're looking at it like this here. So in this case here, if you've been long, then just put the stop under the current low here, because we do need to figure out what's going to occur next. So I can see we've got wave 1 here and wave 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave. 4. We may have a top in play here already. That's why we need to move the stop up here. And as I mentioned, we're going to it's just natural to see, this react from this high here, and we want to see a reaction. We want to see this ABC here. If we get that ABC here, then we can look to go long at this point. Okay, you can go short if you want, but it's just going to be choppy, so I wouldn't worry about it just yet. The other point here too is that once we do have our high in play here, and there may be another high here, I don't know just yet, but then we need to look for the retracement level here, roughly around there. We don't particularly want to turn bear. I mean, we're above the closest largest number here, 30,000. So we want to look, basically you find the biggest number, and then you need to be on the right side of that, and you trade in that direction as a starting point. So our moves here have been bullish, and that's fine. So all these Asian markets are moving up in their own way, some different than others, and let's see, we know that some of them are topping out, which would be in line with the European markets as well. So we need to just allow all of them to complete, and then we'll pick up the pieces from that point. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.